Yeah, they're not main acts, but a lot of times they call them tribute bands. So you get like the Beatles, but then the tribute band is American English. So I see a lot of tribute bands, but it's good. It's all free, and it's in the summertime, so you don't have to wear coats or anything. You're all outside, so you just have to worry about raining maybe. So
Just very interesting, cause like it's like hearing history for me. Like I cannot even imagine, cause I was living in a different culture, and it's like I live in like different century, so
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like I just remember some like the TV program that
Oh.
I saw, like the history,
Oh.
like history scene. Like, oh, it's really,
Oh yeah.
like, just like, oh my god, it's really happened in the past as I saw in the TV. So it's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about history. There's a history club, a history and philosophy club, and so they've been showing movies. I think last this semester, but I think even like last year they were starting to show movies too, and so it's kind of nice because a lot of times I'm not that much into history, but when they have like a fictional, it's called historical fiction, you get some history, but it's in a story type setting, and of course the movies too are interesting to watch, and so like I said, they have a lot of entertainment here. I mean, you don't get bored in this place, and as long as you're willing to go to the events, and if you're bored, it just means that you're not trying hard enough to go to things, and so, and even like in communication, there's Professor Teresa Crilly. She will
She's
have.
still here, yeah.
Oh yeah. She's, and she has a class where the students have to tell their almost like their life story.
Yeah,
and
we do the same things.
Yeah.
Like I came into her class last semester, and I do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like tell your life story.
Yeah. I know some of it was really emotional, and
Yeah.
I haven't gone the last couple of years because maybe the timing wasn't right. It was like when I was working or something, but I try to watch for things that are when I'm free, because I work Monday evening, so but then I usually am free on the other evenings, so they have something.
So
Right now there's going to be a Christmas concert on December 9th. It used to be on Sundays, which is much easier to get to. Now it's on Monday night when I'm working, so I might have to leave because when I have to be at the reference desk, then it's like sort of like during my supper break. But depending on how long it is, she kind of sounded like it would only be an hour, so maybe maybe it'll be over with by the time I need to get back to the library. So, but I'm looking forward to that. So just a lot of things to do, and then Purdue Alumni Book Club. You don't have to be an alumni, you don't have to even be affiliated with Purdue, but we meet once a month, so that's something I do. So I'm always reading a book for the meetings and all that. So.
which kind of book you like?
Well, I probably tend to like nonfiction. Fiction rather, stories more than. Although if it's historical fiction, I like that, but still it's fiction, and so and most of the time that's because all the members choose a different book, and although a couple of times though I chose book set for the books to One Book University, the Purdue's book. I chose that for the book club, and those are always nonfiction. So and other people sometimes choose nonfiction too, and that's fun. It's just a group that's been around. We've been 20 years. We celebrate our 20th anniversary this year for the book club. So that's unusual to have something that lasts that long at Purdue, because there's some clubs and then or a lot of times it depends on who's in charge, and if they graduate, and then if no one else picks it up, like there was a Spanish club for a while there. They had it, and then they didn't have it, and then they started again about 5-6 years ago. So I joined the Spanish club too. So
Do you learn Spanish?
I took Spanish, French, and German in high school.
Oh, that's so
I'm not in high
talented.
school. I took Spanish and German in high school, and then I also added French in college, but not in college, because I placed out of it. It was after I graduated from college. I just was taking some fun classes, so I got French in there, like a year of French. So,
So it's-
but again, I have no one to practice with either. so it's really basically I don't really know it, but I'll say, oh, I know that's French, and I'm not sure what that word is, but I know it's French.
So even in past, they have a lot of foreign language class in the campus.
Foreign language classes. Oh yeah. Mainly Spanish, French, and German, and then every once in a while they'll have like only like 1 year, so you can't really like major in it or anything like that. Whereas those other three, you could actually major in Spanish and major in French. I don't think you can do German anymore, but I think in the past you could. But like they'll have something where they only have 1 year, so they had, in fact, one of the librarians taught Chinese, and then there's Japanese, Arabic, things like that. And so it just depends on what professor happens to be around who wants to do it, and if there's enough people in the class, they'll have it. And
So after they learn like those foreign language, what they will do in that time?
well, I mean, all they could take, other than Spanish, French, and German, all they could take is like 1 year, and so they would probably have to go someplace else if they wanted to continue that. But like I said, you could get a whole degree in Spanish, 4 years. I know German now they stopped that. I'm not sure about French, if you can get a degree in French or not, or whether it's just 1 or 2 years. I don't know. But because a lot of times you can major in something else altogether and just take 2 years of French, and then you've got your foreign language. And they also have things now, because people have a hard time sometimes learning a language, so they'll have just like the literature of that language. It's all in English, but it's like translation, and yet you're getting the culture. And so sometimes they count that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people who would rather do it that way, because they just maybe they never had it. I had a friend who never had it in high school, and so she says she tried to learn it, but she was already an older student, like maybe in her 50s or something, and she says she just couldn't get it, so she couldn't get her degree because of that requirement. So it's too bad, because now she probably could have substituted like a literature, culture type class, and then she still would have had that requirement.
So I was being told that like the nursing school here was like it starts when very like it started like many years ago. So there many students at that time in the nursing major.
Oh yeah, nursing is a big major, and they're not losing any money. We have a nursing librarian, and she's always very busy, and she also has the online class. It's called RN to BS, because all you need is 2 years to be an RN nurse. But some hospitals are requiring you to get a bachelor's degree, so they kind of do it online. It's like the classes last for like 5 weeks. So it's